How you doing, everybody? This is Dracbolt. I'm giving you a view at an old game called Dark Omen, one of the earlier Warhammer games that was ever made. I believe this was released in 1998, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same year as StarCraft, and I thought it was amazing. I mean, even games that came out later on just didn't have the beauty of the interface and the ease of play that this one does, and it's a pretty involving story too. So I'm going to take you right in. We're just going to start a new campaign. Before we do that, real quick, I'm just going to go over the options here. Originally, when this game came out, you had the ability to choose 3D acceleration, which was kind of new around the time, and there were only certain video cards that could do it. You'd have a Voodoo or oh geez, I'm trying to remember the names of these old video cards. The Fire Pro, I think, was one. Boy, I mean. But I remember when I had the Voodoo, that was really something with 12 meg of video memory on each card, and I actually had two of them in like the first ever, SLI type configuration at one time. But this game was always hard to configure. It was a little sketchy to get right, and even today it's a little hard to get everything going. I can modify the volume of the music, but not of the sound effects. A little strange, but whatever. So anyway, we're playing with CPU controlled 3D graphics. There's no 3D acceleration here, but the game still looks pretty good to me. Just keep in mind it doesn't look quite as good as it would normally look if you were playing this in a more native environment, or you put a lot more effort into getting it to run. So we're going to start the campaign.
Unaware of the evil forces gathering.
Yeah, we're not going to watch that. Alright, now this is what I love. Every time I start playing this game again, I could really just, I could just get sucked back into it. This control scheme, basically you just use you hold down the right mouse button and move the mouse around to scroll the screen. And right here you can see what gave me the motivation to do the same thing in Dune 2: The Golden Path. This is exactly where that scheme came from, the whole idea of being able to hold down a button and move around like that so easily. And because this is a 3D environment, using the arrow keys just simply spins you around, and going in and out moves you up and down. And the end result is that this is one of the most fluid interfaces I've ever seen on a strategy game. I mean, it's so easy to just move wherever you need to go, to see whatever angle you need. It's really something else. And even though this game is getting a little bit old, I still think it looks fantastic. So, as I said, it's a strategy game. It's based on Warhammer. If you're familiar at all with that intellectual property from Games Workshop, I was never a huge fan of it, but this game was like the only Warhammer game available at the time. It's the sequel, the follow-up to Shadow of the Horned Rat, which was pretty subpar, very difficult to control everybody. And it's really obvious how much effort they put into this. So without further ado, I'm just gonna get my army set up. This is basically how it works. You don't really know what's coming. Sometimes you can see some enemies somewhere on the board. Even now I think that water looks pretty good, but anyway, sometimes you can see sort of what you're up against, and you always have some kind of intelligence about what's vaguely what's going to happen, but more often than not, you're trying to plan for just about anything. There is magic, there's ranged attack, there are pretty simple controls overall. So basically you start with your pool of possible armies here, of armies that you've recruited, and you can just grab the banner, place it where you like, and you can see the banners move around on the edge of the screen to give you a good approximation where everyone is as you scroll around. So you always see the banners, you always know the general direction of where the enemy are. And I have placed my cannon right here. You can hold down Shift and click in a place to change facing. I'm going to have them face right up this road. And my crossbowmen here, I've done the same thing. I'm having them face basically in that direction. They're going to get ready to shoot whatever comes down that road, and possibly these archers too if they get within range. These are goblin archers. Cute little 2D sprites on a 3D battlefield. It's always good to see. And you may have noticed that I was able to change their formation. You can do this, and this does, this changes the combat dynamics of any given squad. You know, could give them a little more push, give them, you know, more breadth or more scope. Just, you know, I don't know how much of an actual effect it has on combat. The only thing I've ever really used it for is to spread out my archers and crossbowmen so that the ranks can fire a little bit deeper. The crossbow is normally, I believe only the front rank can fire. It's either only the first or the first two ranks that can fire from a crossbow squad or detachment or whatever they call them. So you do need to make sure that you have as many people up front as possible. I'm going to take my star guys, my cavalry. This is Bernard, I think. Can I get information on these squads? I don't remember if I could get info on them or not. Oh yeah, okay. Maybe only during the game. Or maybe at the end of the mission. Anyway, I'm going to keep these guys over here because I want to run over to this village and help protect that, and also grab this loot. Might as well steal whatever the goblins are trying to steal, you know. So we will get this underway. We are fully deployed. So the game has started. Every once in a while you get a little portrait down there of someone talking, whether it's you or the enemy. I can see the goblin archers are moving up. I am going to grab my cannoneers and tell them to fire at these guys.
Target received.
And they are sending a shot. Some nice particle physics. Nice shot!
Enemy sighted!
Instant rout. That's fantastic.
They're heading for the trading post.
Let's
spill their green blood.
Not common at all. So I'm going to take my cavalrymen, go there, and let's see what more damage the cannoneers can do. They're still firing at the routing goblins. Oh, I always really like those particle effects. So as soon as these guys get within range, I'm going to fire them a little bit early with the crossbow. Crossbows are unleashed. They do
target received.
Quite a bit of damage. I'm going to take my cannoneers and fire
target
them as well.
Received.
Some point-blank shot.
Open fire!
Oh, went over their heads.
Enemy sighted.
Still getting a couple of those guys.
Aye, sir.
Get my cavalry back. You can see this is very easy to control. It's wonderful.
Aye, sir.
Move these guys up a little bit and turn them to the left so that I can ambush these dirty, rotten goblins coming at
Enemy
me.
sighted.
We're going to charge in a minute. I believe they're going to try to charge too. Now they're circling around.
Charge! Hold fire! Hold fire!
Send my ranged units to hold fire.
To arms.
Then my cavalry are going to hit them from behind. This is a little like a... I don't know what the purpose of this is. It's supposed to give you a little bonus in combat. So you just slap that button enough. I guess it's the whole idea is to keep you involved a little bit more. Any minute they're going to charge in there. Get in there.
Charge!
Rout. Dead.
Regroup!
Alright, these guys are stopped. I'm going to move them off to the side. Back these guys back up. Uh-oh. Comes some... the archers came back. Oh, is that a new squad? Oh, I didn't think they had that many guys if that was the same squad. Send some more cannon shots their way. Have the crossbowmen send some arrows in the back of the routing troops. Did he get any? Oh, stuck one right in the back. These guys around, keep them high in the forest. Still shooting. Oh, got another one. Nice, they're dead. Excellent. Another great shot from the cannoneers.
Target received.
Routed, apparently, I think it's the same squad. Routed them again, so this time we're going to send the cannon shot straight up the gut here again.
Open fire!
Arrows and cannon shots right in the face. Oh, nice.
Target received.
Now, my Bernard, my head guy here, actually has a magic weapon, and this is a huge feature in the game. This magic weapon can shoot fireballs. Not incredibly effective, but sometimes they work pretty well and can cause good damage. We're going to charge.
Charge!
Stop that cannon. Crossbowmen from attacking. Let's see if I can pick on a goblin here. I think I missed. Or I hit and it didn't do any damage. It's not a great special weapon. Later on you get some really powerful magical weapons.
To arms.
Let me tell you. Ah, they're all dead. Alright, let's go chase the rest of them down. I think that other archer squad is out here. There they are.
To arms.
Gonna go take them on. don't need any backup really. Should be able to route them pretty easily. We'll fireball at you at the same time.
Charge!
Oh, there goes one burning guy. Hopefully we don't lose any horsemen. They're pretty expensive, and I don't really want a horseman to die against an archer. But it happens. Oh, nice shot. I still enjoy playing this game an awful lot.
Forward!
If you couldn't tell. It's just so easy. I mean, you can see like the inspiration for so many games that came after this, like Shogun Total War. There's an obvious one. But I'm sorry, Shogun Total War, I love that game. I really did. I always loved Shogun, the board game. And I love that game, that computer game, but the interface was terrible. It sucked. I'm sorry. Couldn't stand it. Alright.
We are victorious!
And this is just so much easier to play. So, mission is over. We are victorious. Got everything we needed to get. Hooray! Mission is over. So, moving on. Here's, you always get a random little tip that's basically completely useless to know. And you can check here to see, here's where you can upgrade the armor levels, and you can grab the magical items that you might have and give them to different users. Like I might want to put this magical sword on my infantry squad. Grudge bringers are the main army components. You have infantry and cavalry, and the cannon and the crossbows. So that's basically what you begin with. You have a pile of money here. I have almost 4,500 gold coins. I need to replenish. I did lose a cavalryman. Great. So there's 135 gold down the drain for that. Replenish a couple of infantry here, and probably, I mean, you can see giving extra armor is very expensive, but it does make them last quite a bit longer. I will probably, well, let's see. It's so cheap to give armor to the cannons because there are only 4 guys manning the cannons, so that's usually one of the first things I give out. The Grudgebringer infantry tend to die really fast, but the cavalry are just more useful and much more expensive to replace. 135 as compared to 50. So yeah, I mean 1200 gold. Yeah, we might as well just bump these guys up another one. There we go. So yeah, we're in pretty good shape. We'll save the rest of that money in case we have something else we need to spend on. So the down arrow takes us back to this screen. I could save the game right now if I wanted to, but well, sure, we'll save it. Why not? And we're gonna move on. Now you can hear see the experience tallies. You can see how many got killed, how many kills they had. The cannoneer was definitely almost the star. The cavalry got more experience, but kind of an even mix for everybody. So we will now exit this area here.
A battleground is a banquet of dead men's flesh. The crows are dining well. Win or lose, the crows never go hungry, eh, Klaus?
Death, some say, is its own reward, Morgan.
If death's a reward, I'll take it in gold coin, old friend. Preferably from Emperor Karl Franz. That man owes me.
Perhaps he's about to pay. You've been summoned to the Imperial Court in Altdorf. Immediate departure. Reason unknown.
Who told you this?
An Imperial courier. He rode in during the battle. It would seem the Emperor has need of a mercenary commander who deals with death in gold coin.
Then I'll not disappoint him. And he'd better not disappoint me. Get ready to march for Altdorf.
I'm actually pretty happy with the story in this game. You can hear the voice acting. I think it's pretty decent. I think it's, you know, I've certainly heard much worse in a lot of other games, and I haven't heard too many games where it was much better. So, you know, despite the graphics and everything that were available at the time, I feel like the game holds up rather well. So, we can take one last look at our army, make one last round of upgrades if we want. Oh yeah, here's where you get to see some of the details and everything. Oh, he's not Bernard or whatever I said. He's Morgan Bernhardt. So, there we go. What did I do with the sword? I left it with these guys. I'm going to put it back there. So, we're going to move on. Marching for Altdorf.
Ah, Bernhard.
Yes.
You came to Altdorf promptly,
I'm the badass.
but not as prompt as your friend Sven Karlsson.
My
Good to
voice is
see you
still
again,
cracking.
Morgan.
Good to see you too, Sven. But I wasn't summoned here for a chat about old times, was I? Indeed not. Karlsson has requested military aid for the region of the Border Princes.
The Border Princes are in
Morgan, the guy
desperate
you
need of
play,
aid.
he's just kind of an asshole.
Hordes of
He's
greenskins
just-
have swarmed
he's really
into
kind
our
of a jerk.
lands.
He's always bossing
We
people
battle
around
night and
just
day
say,
to
well,
protect the passes
screw
into the
this,
Empire,
I'm
but
gonna
the
go
enemy
kill
is
people.
too numerous. Without reinforcements, we'll soon be overwhelmed.
Why are the
What
Greenskins
do I
invading
care
in such
about
numbers?
that?
I'm not sure. But it seems as if they're being driven north by some unseen power or cloud of fear at their backs. Whatever that unknown force is, it terrifies even the Greenskins. Unaided, we cannot stop the rampaging orcs from breaking through and threatening the Empire itself.
We are aware of the danger to our
But still,
empire.
this is great. I mean,
Bernhard, I want you to take your army south with Karlsson and deal with this menace. I deal in gold coin for red blood. Or green blood. My army fights for money. The glory we leave to others. Yes, yes, that's understood. Return here victorious from the Border Princes and you'll be well rewarded. And knowing you, you'll pick up loot along the way. Now go and destroy the enemy before it invades the Empire.
I'll gladly place my troops under your command, Morgan.
Wise decision.
what a
We head for the Border Princes.
what a jackass. Wise decision. Yes. You wouldn't stand a chance without me. But seriously, compare this to other games where you have
Morgan.
a bunch of
Orc warbands sighted ahead.
inexperienced,
The Greenskins are in disarray.
average
We
American,
can take them by
you
surprise.
know, voice talent.
Assemble the troops.
for a game
We'll
like
surprise
this.
the enemy with sharp steel.
And they just wouldn't sound very good. Yeah, this is the kind of thing where I sort of consider the English to have more or less a step up on us with so much education and like Shakespearean acting and everything. They kind of go the extra mile for that. So I can really appreciate that. I like hearing that. They all sound very sincere. All right. Larger battlefield this time. Move around. I just love the way everything looks. Just looks so nice and smooth. Even though it's all grainy without 3D acceleration, it just looks great to me. All right, so we're going up against a couple of looks like a couple of sword-armed orcs and orc archers. So let's see. We got some high ground. High ground is always good for a charge. I think I'm going to keep these guys up here. Now, when they're marked green like that, when the little tiny arrow is green, that means that I'm not visible to the enemy. Excuse me. And, of course, you can see they disappear when I have no one actually looking at line of sight. Straight down. I'm going to put my cannoneers back there. Face forward. Put the archers right next to them, since I'm very fond of doing just that. Maybe further up here. So I don't know exactly where the enemy's going to go this time, where they're going to come from. Okay, I can also... I think I'm going to need to... I got some more cavalry here. I don't remember a lot of this game. I haven't played it in quite a while. I'm lying, actually. I probably do remember almost everything about it, but I'm trying to act like I don't, for your sake. So I think these guys I'm going to keep down here in reserve. It's a very good possibility I might need them to help defend this front area here. I'll just peel them out and get behind these trees. Yeah. There we go. Let's get it. So, cannon to the front. Alright, why don't we... Alright, there we go.
Open fire!
Open fire indeed. Let's send the horsemen up here. Let's see, are we in range yet with the archers? We are.
Open fire!
Now, as soon as I see my horsemen up here, they're gonna pay attention to them. I gotta avoid tipping my hand right away. All right, we gotta get these guys
Attack!
moving. Oh, good, they're routing. Why are they routing?
To arms!
Huh.
Yes, my lord.
All right, down the pipe. Hit him! Ah. taking some damage. Where are these? Yeah.
Aye, sir.
Okay. Those guys, why are they routing? That's very strange.
Engage.
Target
Get
received.
those guys in the back. Get these guys
Target
down
received.
here. These guys down here.
Open fire.
To
All
arms.
right. They're gonna charge us anyway. Charge.
It's an ambush.
Yeah, it's an ambush.
Charge.
Am I not supposed to let these guys get by?
Engage.
All right, this is gonna be ugly.
Engage.
Hold fire. We're under fire.
Yeah, I see you're under fire. Shut up. All right, these infantry are gonna get decimated at this point. This is not gonna be
Turn
good.
down.
Until the cavalry get here.
Crush them.
Nice. Get in there. Get stuck in.
Attack.
Oh,
Charge!
yeah, they're going down now. Oh, this is gonna be nasty.
Charge.
Oh, there's gotta be some routes. Come on.
Crush
There
them.
you go. Somebody's dead. Oh, I saw a magic item.
Enemy sighted.
All right, I gotta
To slaughter. Let none of them escape.
kill
Engage.
them.
Crush
There you
them.
go.
Enemy sighted.
Uh,
Open fire.
enemies. Not sure where they're going. What are they? Uh-oh. Those are boar riders. Those are nasty. I thought I saw a magic weapon fall. Okay.
Open fire. Forward.
Spread out a little bit.
Target received. Target
I
received.
may need to preempt this charge. Gonna have
Charge. Open
to. Hold off on the
fire.
cannon shot.
Forward.
Aye, sir.
Target received.
There you go.
Open fire.
Cannon.
Open
Point blank.
fire.
Damn it.
Hold fire.
This is not good.
Charge.
These guys are
We're
gonna get
under
killed.
attack. Charge. Charge. To the
Yeah,
death.
hit him in the back. There you go. Good. Routing.
To the death.
Excellent. Charge again. Everybody in.
Charge. Watch your
Whoops.
fire.
That's great.
Charge.
We're losing a lot of these crossbowmen. Oh, not too many.
To the death.
Definitely not going too well for them. Oh, damn it. I gotta have somebody get that. Crap. Well, that's alright. The mission won't end until I go and pick that up, so that's okay. There are sometimes, like the windmill over here, like sometimes you can go and burn those, and you might find... There we go. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do.
We are victorious.
Where are you going?
Forward.
Turn around.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
If there's not enough space,
Aye, sir.
people will kind of have
Aye,
problems
sir.
moving around sometimes, but you get used to that. It's not that much of an inconvenience. Now, before I end this, I am intrigued by that windmill. I'm gonna get this treasure.
I have it.
It's probably
Yes, my lord.
a little bit of gold they were trying to get away with, or something goofy like that. But I'm gonna run over
Forward.
here and then try to set this windmill on fire, because occasionally when you see a building like that, you can torch it and there might be something good inside. And if I am remembering this correctly, there definitely is a windmill somewhere in the game that affords you that kind of a bonus, but I don't remember if this one is it. If it could possibly come this early, we shall see. It's probably going to take me 4 or 5 fireballs to set it on fire. It's not usually that fast. Oh, damn it, I just missed another thing. There's this, when you hear that lightning bolt go overhead, that's basically a moment when the magic reserves get refilled. These are the potential magic buttons here. You can see I have a magic sword, so it just automatically refills every time this meter goes up, and then the lightning strikes and it goes back down. See that? And so every time that happens, I'll be able to use the magic weapon again. And all the magic weapons are like that. And they're not just weapons. There's armor, and there's standards that have different effects. Some of them are pretty cool. And then if you actually have wizards, which you can get later on, you can start to use these magical reserves for spells and things, which can be really, really powerful. I'm hoping I can set this thing on fire rather quickly without having to hit it too many times, but it does give me a chance to talk a little bit more about the game, I guess. So again, it was a sequel to The Shadow of the Horned Rat, and that game actually was really clumsy in terms of the interface and trying to maneuver your people around. You had to be extremely specific. You know, for someone to receive a charge, you had to manually turn them into it, basically. You know, where right now, like I can shift and move these guys around. You actually had to pick a button over here, if I remember correctly, and you know, spend a couple of clicks to actually tell the guy to turn the right direction. And if you didn't, then he would basically, like, if you told him to move somewhere, he would just go like straight ahead, whichever direction he was facing. It was just really, really ugly. But I guess you could argue that it was a real technician's game, you know, a real strategy gamer's game. But that's not really what people wanted, I don't think. So I don't think that game did too well. But this game, on the other hand,
Aye, sir.
shoot at the ground. Just shoot it.
Hold fire!
I like the sound effects. I like the voice acting. The graphics were fantastic for the time. I really can't find too many faults with this game, other than the fact that it's very hard to get it running. You know, I had to go through quite a bit here, and unfortunately I am actually using my original Dark Omen CD, because even the no CD patches that you can find out there, they just don't work. They work like maybe 10% of the time. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why all that's so difficult. How many more fireballs will I need? Sooner or later you'll see it catch on fire. I know I'm making you wait, but damn it, I really want to know if there's a magic item in there. It wasn't until I've played this game so many times, I've played through the whole game so many times, and it wasn't until probably like the 5th or the 6th time that I actually found out there was stuff in some of these buildings and random things that show up. I think there's only 2 or 3 cases of that, but then I started to, you know, just raise every building I could find. But anyway, the game is very rich. After a while, you really do start to, if you notice that original potential unit roster, I believe it had up to 15 slots, so you could have up to 15 different armies following you along and available for your use. I think you can normally only deploy 8 at one time, if I remember correctly. And you'll basically pick your own favorites and use them. There's really some good diversity. You have some good level of choices as far as they go here. Alright, if this doesn't do it, forget it. Hey! I hear the burning and I see the flames. And there probably won't be jack crap in there, but I burned the windmill, damn it. That's all that matters. Now, if there was something in there right about now, you would see something just like tumble out of there and land on the ground. But there's nothing, because I was wrong. So, end of the mission. I am victorious. A very helpful tip. Cannot replace a dead regiment. So my earnings and everything. How badly do people get beat up? Lost a few crossbowmen. These guys are leaving. So if you ever see this, when you see that arrow over there, don't ever spend money on them, because they're going to leave in the very next mission. And it's really helpful actually to see that, for them to tell you, hey, these guys aren't going to stick around. But there are, thankfully, only a few regiments that join you temporarily. Most of them will stay with you permanently. So that much is good. Also, once you upgrade someone's armor, you can see that it ends up costing more to replace them. So now instead of 135, I went up to 175 to replace these guys. So now I care even more about keeping them alive. And you get pretty starved for money in this game. This is the game actually has. I would say it's like almost perfect in terms of how much it gives you and how much you are able to use. You really do have to think very carefully during the battle and make sure you don't take too many casualties or anything, because it can hurt you pretty bad. So once again, the Grudgebringers come out on top. I probably shouldn't have used Carlson's cavalry that much, because that's some experience my permanent units could have used. You know, if I'd been able to get some more kills, maybe with the infantry, I could level them up quicker. And yeah, your people do get, they get level upgrades, and they get quite a bit tougher when that happens. Over here on the right, the blue bar indicates the current level of experience, and on the left side, oh wait a minute now. Yeah, okay, and on the left-hand side, that basically shows what level they are. It's kind of weird how it works, but anyway, that's how it works. I mean, they could have just had one bar, But anyway, the little notches show what level they are. Right now we're level 1. In a bit, in probably a couple of missions, they'll get upgraded to level 2, and that'll increase the number of magical items or just, you know, special equipment they can use, and will also increase their combat potential and everything. So, and I've actually looked at the code in the background of this game, and the statistics that they use are very much in line with old editions of Warhammer. So, and anybody who used to play Warhammer Fantasy Battle, as I believe it was originally called, you would be happy to know that the stats are basically exactly what you expect. Although the combat mechanics don't always work out as you would expect. You know, I mean, in Warhammer, if you try to hit somebody with a toughness of 10 and you only have a strength of 4, there's like no way. You know, in the old editions, there was 0 chance of you hurting them. But in this game, they can still get hurt. So, something to keep in mind. Alright, so got everybody patched up. Carlson's about to leave. We are going
You
to the
seem
Black
troubled,
Mountains.
Klaus.
Something else going on?
Teufelbad has become a town of fear and whispers.
Teufelbad.
The townfolk murmur of hungry ghosts, pale faces peering in at the window, the unquiet dead.
Maybe they're just rattled at the
see, I
prospect
know
of
little German.
greenskins at their
Teufel.
doorstep.
Greenskins wouldn't inspire
Teufel
this
is
kind
devil in
of
German.
dread.
So this is called
This is
Devil
something
Town?
unnatural. Let's hurry
Yeah,
on south.
nothing bad is going to happen
When
here.
my men have
It's only
filled their
called Devil
stomachs,
Town.
we'll
That's
leave.
great.
There's a man here whom I think you know. A wizard by the name of Luther Flamestriker.
Oh, here's your first wizard.
Greetings, Commander Bernhardt.
guy's a little
It
over
has
the
been
top.
some time since I last rode with you, and now you have need of me again.
And why should I need you again?
Look around you. Look at this haunted town.
I can't listen to that anymore. But anyway, Luther von Flamestrike, or whatever his name is a total badass. He's the first wizard you get, and let me tell you, you will absolutely
Morgan.
not care about any other wizards in this
Grisberg
game.
town up ahead. It's under attack by the living dead.
Flamestrike warned us that we were heading it.
Then we'll make the living dead just plain dead.
Attack! Kill everything! So, yeah, Luther von Flamestrike, basically what I always do when I play this game is the first thing I do is give him the magical sword, because he needs all the experience in the world. As soon as you level him up, he just becomes like this raging inferno of purifying hatred, and he just kills everything. He's really quite powerful. Later on, you can get another wizard. I think there's only one other wizard, if I remember. But Luther is just awesome. Because I mean, by the time you get another wizard, Luther should already have some level ups. You know, he's like almost level 4 already by that time, and there's just no point in even devoting a lot of your effort to give this other wizard much power. When you know, the fire that this original wizard has is already so capable. I hear some civilians running around, not in any particular direction apparently. Now, I used to like this mission a lot. I'm trying to remember exactly why. Some of these missions are really well designed. This is the one where everybody rises from the graveyard over here. It's pretty cool. Excuse me. Had some pizza earlier. That seems to be coming back to haunt me. See what I did there? I do still have Carlson, but again, he is not permanently attached. Oh, wait. If the little red arrow shows next to his icon, that means he's leaving right now. The green arrow shows that he is temporary, so you should just let him suck it up when he takes casualties and everything. You should just basically not give a damn. Let me see what kind of spells Luther has. He has Fireball, which is lame. He has Teleport, which is lame, and Dispel Magic, which is lame. So there's a different kind of a spell. Basically, you need him to get to level 2 for him to really be useful. Teleport is just junk, and Fireball is really kind of meh. But anyway, let's get started. Everybody's on the field. Let's move you around a little bit. Move this idiot back just in case I need him to do anything useful. I really want to get this guy into the mix early. I don't know if they're going to come around that side or not. We'll see what happens. Hold on.
Yes, Millard.
You! Burn them! Alright, I've got 3 energy saved up. The Fireball, you can see you can power up to 3 shots at once. But again, it's just not fantastic.
Aye, sir.
Let's...
Death to the living.
Death.
Stand firm, men. That which is dead may still burn.
Open fire!
Aye, sir.
Get up there. They're going to turn around and attack me as soon as I get in sight. Hopefully I do not get him killed. They're not facing me, though. I'm going to get away with this. Fireball! There you go! Good shot! Routed him, too! Excellent! Now see, the zombies die when they rout. They just automatically all die when they rout. So if you can get a routing shot with a wizard, then you just saved yourself a whole bunch of combat and got the experience for an entire squad. You do have to lead your shots a little bit like I'm doing, because it takes a couple of seconds to cast like that. See if any of them hit.
Yes, my lord.
One of them's gonna hit. Alright, cannons. Crossbow.
Open fire!
I'm running them down
received.
with my wizard. Kind of in a silly situation. Hopefully I can get...
Enemy sighted!
Those are
Watch
ghouls?
your fire!
Who's ghoul? Watch whose fire. Oh jeez, we just shot a cannoneer.
Hold fire!
Awesome!
Aye, sir.
Just routed those guys now.
Enemy destroyed!
Now those are zombies. They are pretty pathetic, and like
Yes,
I say,
my lord.
they all get destroyed when they get routed. But these are ghouls? Yeah, ghouls, and they don't behave the same way. They're quite a bit harder than zombies.
Forward!
I'm pretty sure they don't just disappear when they rout, but at the very least, they're quite a bit tougher. Let's see if the wizard can handle them more or less on his own. If they are going to move just a few inches forward, I'll send a couple of cannon shots. Now, I've lost a cannoneer, and that actually affects the reload time of the cannon shots. If you lose
Aye, sir.
more than
Open fire!
one, you really start having some long delays.
Enemy sighted!
Enemy sighted who, where? There's more ghouls. See what I can do about these guys. And then probably try to run so I don't get my wizard killed. Ah! See, sometimes you overshoot. Oh, I got two. That's alright.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, and you guys will open fire when they get in range.
Target received!
Oh, they're routing. They're routing.
Yes, my lord.
Let's get back there. Get stuck back in. Burn. Nice shot.
Yes, my lord.
Now the zombies, definitely, I want to eat those guys up with the wizard. Give them some experience. We'll see how much magic I've saved up.
Forward!
3. This might be enough to do some damage to them. If I can hit these guys... Land. There you go, good shot.
Forward!
Alright, they're still up and
Enemy
running.
sighted!
More enemies. Only got one fireball left. They're not coming after the
Aye,
wizard
sir.
for whatever reason. There you go. You're routing. You're all dead. Alright. Let's see now.
Yes, my lord. Aye, sir.
But
Halt!
I'm going to try not to use those guys too much.
Forward!
Just keep the infantry involved. Boy, those guys are slow.
Aye, sir.
I'm tempted to
Target
teleport
lost.
over there.
Target lost!
The routing guys may have routed all the way off the board. Not sure. Doesn't really matter. A little bit of experience lost when somebody routes like that. You want to try and save those experience points when you can. That's pretty much all I care about when I'm playing this.
Aye, sir.
Enemy sighted!
More zombies. Obviously this mission would be more interesting if it wasn't easy, I guess. But, you know, it's only the second mission. Difficulty in this game ramps up really quickly. Burn.
Yes, my lord.
Target received!
Target received.
Aye, sir.
Open fire!
Alright. Crossbows. Oh, they're attacking the civilians.
Charge!
Uh-oh, did I just fire? Hold the cannon shots.
We fear the enemy!
Oh, we're afraid. Nobody wants to fight ghouls, you know?
To the death! Forward!
Damage I can do to zombies. Nice. Routing the ghouls. Regroup, regroup. Come on. Regroup! Don't get into combat with those guys. Save them.
Regroup!
There you go.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Get away. Up. Alright, face them. Face the charge. Charge.
Yes, my lord.
Beat them to
Forward.
it. Beat them to it. There you go.
Charge! To the death!
Yes, my lord.
And maybe vicious and send a couple of fireballs in there to see if I can get the route. Why not? Yeah. Burn them. Burn. Oh, sorry. Hey man,
What's your fire?
I'm trying to kill the zombies, man. The zombies all up in your grill. I'm trying to help you out.
What's your fire?
Yeah, sorry about that. A zombie did die though.
Yes, my lord.
Power up.
To the death!
Shoot him again. Do it.
Yes, my lord.
Alright, so basically with like, I don't know, 2 units overall, I'm going to be victorious in this mission. The houses in this one do not have any goodies in them. I remember that much.
Enemy destroyed!
Nothing interesting around here.
We are victorious!
We are totally badass. So, end of another mission. And this video is getting kind of long. I don't know how many of you are actually still watching it, but I'm actually having a good time. You can see I did not gain much money there and lost a few people. I replenished them, my cannoneer. So, you know, I'm not gaining much money, and you can see it's going to be pretty important to be just about as careful as I've been being. So experience levels, Bright Wizard got a bunch of experience. That's good. I think you need 1,000. I think you need 1,000 to make your level 2. So obviously that's going to be a few missions, and you really do want to pile on as many kills for the wizard as possible. So I'm going to save it here. Wizard counted 29 kills. I know I didn't actually burn that many. It's because all those routes. So it's cool that it works that way. I'm alright with that. And the infantry, get them up. Alright, cool.
That's better.
That's better.
Now the undead are as quiet as the grave.
I expected to slay greenskins, not wage war
God
on
damn
living
it! I
corpses.
wanted to kill orcs.
Why do the dead walk
Why
this
am I
region?
here slashing
The
into
dead walk
dead
in
skin
many
and flesh?
regions.
They cut like butter.
Ah,
Who are
Matthias.
you anyway?
Fancy meeting
You're
you
ugly.
here. Have you taken
Damn it.
time off from burning innocent women as witches?
I told you before. Don't call me Matthias. Address me by my proper title, Witch Hunter General, and the supreme authority on all abominations, whether of witchcraft or necromancy. So, show respect.
Man, I'm not showing you respect. I don't show anybody respect. Alright, so you've probably seen enough of this. I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna save it right
I
here.
presume you have something of interest to
Look at me.
Commander Bernhardt.
Hey.
Although we haven't met, I have
you
heard many
doing?
tales of your military victories.
I've heard some tales
There are
too.
fewer tales told of my defeats, Countess.
And even fewer tales
I'll
told of my
gladly provide you
gigantic
with an
army.
escort.
Alright, so I'm getting a little slap happy, and gonna save it here, and going to quit the game. Go back here, and thank you very much for watching, everybody. I may show more of this campaign if people actually watch this video and enjoy it. You're gonna see me pulling some really stupid tactics, like trying to get a lot of experience from my wizard and do dumb stuff like that. But hey, you know, an extra video to watch, it's never a bad thing, right? So, thanks again for watching, guys. Again, this is Drakbolt, and see you later.